What scandalous affairs rocked the Nordic Enlightenment? Imagine a time when ideas about freedom, science, and society were shaking the very foundations of Scandinavia. Now, picture dramatic personal stories that challenged authority and changed laws. That's what we're exploring today. During the late 18th century, Scandinavia was not only embracing new ideas but also witnessing scandals that made headlines and stirred debates about power and liberty. One of the most famous involved Johan Friedrich Struensee in Denmark, Norway. He was a doctor and a trusted advisor to King Christian VII. Struensee gained enormous influence during the 1760s and early 1770s, but his rise caused suspicion and anger among the nobility and the public. The scandal really exploded when he started an affair with Queen Caroline Matilda, the wife of King Christian VII. This relationship was shocking because it was seen as a betrayal of royal decorum. Many believed that Struensee was the father of the Queen's daughter, Princess Louise Augusta, which made the affair even more controversial. The public was outraged, and political tensions grew. Struensee's power increased as he dismissed many officials and military leaders, making enemies everywhere. In November 1771, he and his close associate, Johann Friedrich von Brandt, declared themselves counts, which upset the traditional hierarchy. The unrest led to a conspiracy by Queen Dowager Juliana Maria, who wanted to restore her own influence. The climax came on January 17, 1772, when a palace coup took place in the early morning. Struensee, Brandt, and Queen Caroline Matilda were arrested in their bedrooms. The king was taken through Copenhagen in a gold carriage, and the people cheered. Struensee was charged with overstepping his authority, and the queen was imprisoned at Kronborg Castle. Struensee defended himself well during his trial but was ultimately sentenced to death. The queen remained a prisoner, and the scandal left a lasting mark on Danish history. Another major scandal happened in Denmark during the 1790s involving the case of Jens Baggesen and the publication of a pamphlet called Vikaren, which means the wake-up call. This case focused on freedom of speech and the press. The authorities thought the pamphlet incited rebellion, especially after recent strikes in Copenhagen. The writer, Jens Baggesen, and others argued about what counts as responsible writing. They questioned whether authors should be held accountable for what they publish and whether the law protected their right to speak freely. This trial was a turning point for press freedom in Scandinavia. It sparked a debate that continued for years. These scandals took place during a time when Scandinavia was becoming a leader in protecting free expression. The conflicts between traditional authority and new Enlightenment ideas about individual rights and public debate became very clear. The personal stories of Struensee and the press cases show how the region was wrestling with questions about power, liberty, and the role of the people in government. These events helped shape the Nordic contribution to European history during the early modern era, blending scandal with progress.